Hello everyone and welcome to the video. In today's video, I'm going to give you 3 things that you can work on in this offseason to improve your game. So let's go. The number one thing that you can work on in this offseason is mobility. There's so many golfers that I see at the end of the golf year that are restricted or they're imbalanced because they're rotated one direction from swinging the club one way the whole entire season. So the first thing we're going to work on in the offseason is mobility. And here are 3 different drills that you can apply to your workout programs right now. So let's get started. The first drill that we're going to do is a 90-90 variation. So you're going to get into a 90-90 position. So I'm in a 90-90 position, nice and tall. I'm going to bring my foot on top of a yoga block, or you could use a weight or a medicine ball or something like that. So I'm standing nice and tall. I'm putting pressure on this leg, and I'm just bringing my knee up. Drive up. Nice and tall with this pattern. You should feel a good stretch through your hips, through your glutes, maybe even your adductors here. So we would do about 5 to 10 reps per side. So I'll show you a few reps on the other side. So again, strong 90-90 position, nice and tall. And I'm just lifting my knee off the ground, keeping that good posture throughout. The next drill we're going to work on is a prone, meaning lying on your stomach, internal rotation drill. So this is a drill that's going to work on internal rotation or help your backswing. So I want your knee in line with your hip. Our head's going to stay low, and I'm just bringing my foot as far as I can up off the ground. So again, I'm going to perform about 5 or 10 reps per side. Breathing throughout, trying to be relaxed everywhere else on your body. So I'll show you the other side. Still be relaxed, facing the ground the whole time, and just move from your hip. You'll probably feel more range of motion as you can continue to move. The third drill, I'm going to use a Viper. You could use even a table or something that you can reach out onto. But I want you to get into a big wide stance, and I'm going to flex at my hips and reach forward. So I should feel a good stretch here, here, and here. So I reach forward, come back to the middle. Reach to the other side now. So now I should feel more of a stress here. Back to the middle. Reach to the other side. Now I should feel more of a stress here. Back to the middle. And I would perform that 3 to 5 times. So those are the mobility drills. If you notice, I focused on your hip region and your upper back and groin region. Those are areas that are usually very, very tight on golfers. So that's mobility. Let's move on to the next one. So the second thing I want you to work on is strength. So first thing we want to do is mobilize our joints and mobilize the areas of our body that we want to be able to be freely moving. After that, we need to create some tightness and some strength in those areas as well, or stability. So I'm going to show you 3 different drills here that are going to help with strength. There's one thing I want you to think about when you do exercises that build strength. I want you to count to 2 on the way down in the motion and count to 2 on the way up. So this is going to give us some more time under tension, and it's really going to provide our muscles with that strength adaptation that we're looking for. So let's get into the 3 exercises. The first exercise is an offset squat. So I have one weight, and it can be a kettlebell, a dumbbell, a sandbell, anything. And I'm just going to squat. So I'm going to keep this weight up here. The other hand is out just to kind of give me some balance. So remember, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now I know a lot of you probably don't exercise this slow when you actually move. I swear, try it and you're going to feel the difference. You're really going to get sore. You're really going to feel the activation. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then obviously we do the other side. So the other side, I just did 4 there, so I'll do 4 again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And you can count to yourself as you go through it, but you can see the slower we're going here. And I don't want you to go 4 or 5 seconds, just 2 seconds provides us with that strength adaptation. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. So that's going to give us some strength in the vertical force or the vertical plane of motion that we're trying to achieve to create more distance. So one of the things that correlates with driving distance is vertical jump. So if we want to be able to jump higher, first we have to build some strength in our legs, and then we'll be able to develop that power. So the second exercise we're going to go through is going to be for our upper body. And again, I'm going to stay on one side. And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do I always train, or why am I training on one side a lot instead of doing something on both sides? And it goes back to what I was saying about being imbalanced at the start there. We need to try to fix imbalances. And one of the best ways to do that is to train unilaterally, or train on one side at a time, because it forces us not to cheat. So the second drill is going to be a one-arm bent over row. So in a bent over row position, I'm bent over and I'm parallel, but I have a straight back. So I'm going to be bent over, straight back. One hand is back. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And you see I'm rotating every time I do this. Pull, 1, 2, and reach. 1, 2, and rotate. 1, 2, and reach. 1, 2, and rotate. Okay, I'll do a few more on the other side, but you see we're still playing with that tempo of 2 seconds on the way up, 2 seconds on the way down. And this is really stressing my mid and upper back. Again, important in turning, important in keeping posture, important in upper body stability. Very important for the golf swing. So again, in that bent position, 1, 2, reach. 1, 2, rotate. 1, 2, reach. 1, 2, rotate. 1, 2, reach. 1, 2, rotate. One more. 1, 2, reach. 1, 2, rotate. Good. So that's 2 strength exercises that you can add into your workout right now. So let's do the third one. So lower body drill where we really stressed vertical force. Upper body pulling drill, really going to help with posture, help with rotation, help with maintaining kind of our angles to the swing. And then the third one I want to do is a press. So a press is going to give us, again, vertical force, and I'm going to get you to do this on one knee. So you can have your knee on the ground. I would actually advise that you put something under your knee. It just doesn't, it takes away from the pain on your knee. I don't really want that. Nice and tall. Again, you can use any weight. You can use a dumbbell. You can use a kettlebell, anything. So one side, again, like before, I'm not rounded. I'm nice and tall. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. So that's actually giving me that time under tension. So I would advise that you do all these strength drills for 6 to 8 reps per side. Okay? So I'm only showing you a few reps just so you get the idea of what it is. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. So those are the strength drills. And like I said, try to stay in the repetition range of 6 to 8 repetitions per side, really focusing on that 2 seconds on the way down, 2 seconds on the way up. And I promise you, you'll start to get stronger in those areas, and it will really help you as we start to kind of develop power. So that's it. That's the second one, strength. Let's move on to the third. All right, here we go. The last one. The third thing I recommend that you really start to implement into your off-season program is speed and power. And I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. But you really want to think, I need to build mobility first. I need to build some range of motion and ability to move. Then I want to strengthen those joints through those power or those patterns and those muscles through those patterns. And then we start to apply a lot of speed and power. And that's really what you should be thinking about in the gym. And that's the best way to really kind of enhance your abilities and your power abilities and your strength abilities and mobility abilities. So We're going to go through 3 different drills again that I like to use for power that you can start to implement right now into your programs. So let's do it. The first one is a squat jump, and I have a little bit of load here. If you've never done this, please don't start with weight. Please start with body weight. But I'm going to show you, like I said in kind of one of the previous sections of this video, vertical force or being able to jump is correlated with driving distance. So if we can improve this, we're probably going to continue to improve our power output, which is what a lot of golfers come and see me for. So let's show you this drill. So the weights are at the side. This is only 15 pounds. This isn't a lot of weight. So I'm going to bend, squat, pop up, and reset every single time. If you look at my feet and my knees, they stay in line the whole time. So bend, reset. With power exercises, you kind of want to do around 1 to 5 repetitions. So let's say 5 repetitions for this drill. So bend, squat. That's 3. We got 2 more. Nice and tall. 1 more. 5. And that's the first power drill that you can start to implement. Like I said, if you're not comfortable with weight or you've never done this before, please just do it with body weight, and it's easy. Same idea, bend, squat, and back down. So that's the first drill, weighted jump squats. The second drill we're going to do is a horizontal chop. So we just applied power forces up and down there. Now I want to provide forces that rotate around the axis, or I get it through the midsection of my body more. So I want to start with one hand across my body. So if you look at me, I'm starting like this. So one hand across my body, and I want to use my hips and drive through. So hips, drive through, drive through, drive through. So that's 5. So then the other side. You notice, as you can hear, every time I pull, I exhale. So so you see 5 reps with intention, with speed, with power. We started mobility slow, being under control. We added even more time under tension with strength. But now that we're in power, let's see some speed. Let's be explosive with these motions. So that's the second drill, horizontal chops. And this band is light, extremely light. Those weights that I jumped with were light. A lot of the times when we do speed and power training, we're using light resistance. So don't pick up the heaviest weight when you try to do these things. It's better to be able to do them with speed, okay? So the third drill and the final drill is a split stance lift. So I'm going to get in my split stance, very athletic. I'm bent at the knees, bent at my hips. This weight's going to start at my opposite knee, and I'm going to aggressively drive up and try to throw something over my shoulder. I tell my clients you're throwing water over your shoulder. So here, from the side, bend. But you see, that's aggressive. I'm not doing that easy. I'm making sure I'm putting force into that. I'm exhaling, I'm breathing. That's what I want to see when you do these kind of drills. So again, from the other side. So here, over my shoulder. And quick, 5 reps, explosive and powerful. And that's the power drills that I want you to try to start to implement into your training in this off season. If you noticed, we had vertical force, we had horizontal force, and we had rotational force up over the shoulder. So try to implement those power drills into your off season training, and I know you're going to see some improvements in your driving distance. All right, that's it. That's the video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you got something out of this and you're going to start to apply some of these strategies that I presented to you to improve your golf game this off season. If you're interested in working with me and you want to kind of dive into this stuff a little bit more, please feel free to contact me at my email address before, or check out my website for some of the different programs that I offer. And make sure that you start to do your training sooner than later and don't waste this off season. You're going to blink and it's going to be time to get those clubs again. So start today, start tomorrow, make sure that you're training. The biggest thing with training is consistency. Just show up every day and you're going to start to see improvements. As always, from average to elite, Enjoy the holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Thanks for supporting my page. Take care. And until the next one, stay safe, stay fit.